The back is the Chief Nursing Officer. Here, you can only release a certain amount of information. You have one deceased person in the parking lot.
You have one.
One. That parking lot's off of Red Lane.
Is that the employee parking lot?
That is an employee parking lot. The suspect is unknown and at large at this point.
Sorry.
We release further information as we can. We're in the process of pulling videotapes and doing other information. So not a whole lot we can tell you beyond that at this point.
Is the deceased a male or female?
It is 18.
A female. And approximate age?
40s.
And an employee?
I'm not going to comment on that at this time until we notify them.
What was the approximate time of the incident?
The 911 call originated around 5 p.m. Give or take a few minutes. I don't have the times in front of me.
Right. Is that when employees, the shift was leaving or coming?
The shifts are multiple here when they leave and come and go, so there's no set shift change per se.
Where on the grounds did this happen?
This happened in an employee parking lot off of Red Lane.
Was the victim in a vehicle?
The victim was going to her vehicle at this point.
So she was found on the ground in what?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your title and your name.
My name is Scott Lynn. I'm the coroner.
Thank you.
And what did Geisinger do when this all started? And your first name is?
They went into lockdown mode. I do know that. We had a call about that.
Geisinger activates our emergency system. That emergency system put out a message throughout the hospital which put the entire hospital in lockdown, and the hospital remains in lockdown.
What do you mean by lockdown? Who was locked down?
Nobody in, nobody out. Staff coming into shift came in, acted on the screen, but nobody.
What about patients? Emergency entries?
We are making specific plans with our police and security personnel to escort only as needed patients who need to be.
Right now, too? Yes. So that situation exists in today.
We're also sweeping the hospital. It seems unlikely that the suspect would be within the hospital, but we think it's important to make sure that the hospital is clear, at which point we'll continue with normal hospital operations within the walls of the hospital.
Hey Ray, question for you. Who's the lead agency on this?
That will be Milton PSP has been assigned the lead by Chief of Police of Mahoney due to the lack of resources. The local department has. They assigned their investigating detective Badinsky to assist with that. Police.
Okay.
They activated their major crime unit who have arrived at the scene just prior to me coming down.
What's going on right now at the scene?
The scene is processing. We're also making, at the same time, efforts to locate and notify family. I suspect that we'll be here for several more hours processing the scene. We'll release more information once we have more detail as to potential suspects.
Scott, is it a local person?
I will not comment on that at this time.
Who's the contact like through the weekend, like tomorrow?
You can call me.
Okay.
You'll all have my cell phone numbers.
Yeah. Let me have it real quick just to make sure.
It's 570
Go ahead.
849-0329. We will put out a release once we're able to, or if we have identified a potential suspect, that will also be released out as well.
Was the victim hit with multiple gunshots?
I will not comment on this time because we don't know who the suspect is.
Do you know if it was a high-power weapon or?
No comment.
And you said you don't believe the suspect is still in the premise of the hospital.
We think that's unlikely.
Right. There's evidence that whoever the perpetrator was, they may have left the property in a dark colored SUV. That's just preliminary. That's not a definitive, but that's I received just prior to coming down here.
And again, you guys are going over the cameras, correct?
Any cameras that are potential to see people coming and going that are on parking lots.
And just one deceased, no injuries anywhere else that
Not
you
that
know
we're
of?
aware of.
Was it?
Do you have witnesses?
We have people in close proximity that heard things that called 911. We have no direct witness.
Is there any other hospitals locked down besides?
I think our unencumbered
So to get this down, you're still on lockdown. Is anybody in the community or anybody in the hospital in any danger? You don't think the shooter is still here, is what you're saying?
We do not know where anybody, the suspect, is. So we'll follow our safety procedures along with the hospital until otherwise determined.
Were you working at the time here?
Was I?
Yeah.
I had just left my office.
You just left.
Yeah.
So you didn't even get into your car? Did you?
I was actually down in Danville Borough when the 911 call came.
Okay.
So I just
All right.
Could this have been a targeted shooting? If
I
you would know.
have no comment at this time.
Copy.
Thank you. The agencies involved in the investigation are police departments from Montour County, Columbia County, and Milton PSP, the forensic team out of Montoursville, and the major crime unit out of the local barracks as well. And what that does is give us all the officers and troopers that we need to resource and investigate this case appropriately.
Well, so sorry for your loss. It's a terrible thing. I can imagine what you guys are going through. Will there be counseling set up, any kind of counseling service?
That's already in process. Our employees will be deeply affected by this.
Right,
This is a
right.
big place, but it's
Sure.
staffed by all the people of the small towns that
Right.
surround us and
Sure.
help each other and work together. And
Did you personally know her?
I think what we need to keep in mind here is both as newspaper reporters and us investigating this is a big family here. We need to come together and support them and their co-workers. This is traumatizing even if you do not witness it.
Right.
So I would ask your support as the news media to
Right.
support these folks and be respectful.
Just to narrow down, was the woman an employee in what specific department?
We're not going to comment on that at this time, just because we're still trying to know.
Right. There was some talk of a lab tech.
No comment at this time.
Can you confirm if she did work here at the hospital?
She wasn't.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry,
Very
guys. Thank you for the information.
good. Yeah.
We'll update things as we do. Certainly, if we identify a suspect, we're going to be reaching out real quick to
Right,
folks.
right.
And we'll keep you posted.
So right now there is a bulletin out for a dark colored SUV.
Not yet. That's just a
Oh.
preliminary that I just got from the scene.
Okay,
prior
so
to coming
right
here.
now you don't have everybody out looking for a dark color.
No.
You don't have a plate number or anything.
Thank you. If we do, we'll let you know.
Yeah, thank you guys.